Hey guys, welcome back. Pressure's on. Hopefully gonna be a great day today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for clicking on this video. It is gonna be exciting. We are gonna try to run 2 high-speed planters today, and I'll show you why here just in a minute. So right here in front of me is what got delivered yesterday from Kibble Equipment, our local dealer, John Deere dealer. Ever since we went to high speed on our other planter, they've been saying, well, why didn't you go with a Deere? Why didn't you go with a Deere? And we just chose to go the precision route, and they've been trying to get us to buy one of these ever since. So this is actually here as a demo for us because they really want us to get into a Deere high-speed planter. And I'm curious to see what it's like. Long story short, we're gonna test this one out today, hopefully get a lot done because we're gonna try to run both high-speed planters. We got a lot to do, and it's getting blue out there. Tonight I think there's a chance of rain, and we got a lot of stuff worked up. So we're gonna try to do a lot. Wonder what that's from. Drove in the gravel. So anyways, it is all brand new, I believe. 60 hours on the tractor, 600 acres on the planter. Something like that. So it has been ran this year. It is, from my belief, fully loaded. I do not know all the Deere terms on it, but it's got the fancy like exact apply like their sprayer. I don't think it pulsates, but it's individual roll, fertilizer shut off, turn on, turn compensation, high speed brush, high speed belt, air closing wheels. The new tanks, other than that, I don't know much about this at all. They're actually coming out to teach us how to run it, and I'm excited for that. But I'm gonna get seed on this, fuel, fertilizer. That looks kind of low, or is it just sitting on a ridge? All right, anyways, let's get to it. So this is a 8370, obviously. We have 2 of them, only they're on tracks, 2-track. This is front wheel assist. I think Dad's gonna be running this one because he's the corn planter guy. Brody's gonna run the one we own because Dad wants to, you know, see what, he's nervous, let's say that, but he wants to see what the Deere stuff's all about. So, I don't know if we're gonna see how the 370 pulls a high-speed planter. I think it should do just fine. 4 tracks take a lot more power than wheeled tractors or 2 tracks, so we'll find out later in the video. Kind of like their new tank design here. It's bigger and more centered when you fill it, so there's no shoveling involved, or so I suspect. Okay, what do we got here? What do I need to do? I need to get seed in this, some fertilizer on it. I believe the field we're gonna go to is just a mile that way. I want to do that so that we're close to the farm if we need anything. I don't think there'll be any issues due to it's planted like 500 or 600 acres this year, like literally a day ago. So hopefully there'll be no issues. I do have to get all of our fields loaded into there. Yeah. All right, what my plan is here, I've got like a 140 acre field. I'm gonna put 160 acres worth of seed on board. Probably fill up our fertilizer. I think 600 gallons will do 120 acres, roughly. So that's gonna be our problem with this machine, which is fine because we've specialized ours to have 1,000 gallons on the tractor so that we can fill these and not have to fill fertilizer. But that's just the way this is set up, and obviously as a demo unit, they're not gonna do tanks on the tractor and whatnot. So we're gonna deal with it and have fun with it. That's what I'm gonna do. Come on. There we go. Nope. Just hang on. All right, so me and Grandma got got the 370 moved down to the field we'll be setting it up in. I'm gonna spare you a lot of the learning that's gonna occur. Just go straight into a montage, and then we'll talk about a little bit later when we know what we're talking about and have a little bit of experience behind it. Good morning, it's a new day. We gotta fill them up with seed, and then I'll explain what we got into yesterday. He's loaded up, ready to go. We planted about 160 acres with this yesterday. I was hoping for a big day, but rain showers came through, and the second thing was this thing came from down south, and down south must be sandy because they had the closing wheel set up with double spike wheels, and that was not working in our heavy ground. It was actually rooting the seed out of the ground. Planter was planting fine, software was working, but the double spike closing wheel was not working, so we ended up planting with your planter, which then broke also. Well, they got rubber wheels. We put one rubber, one spike, and then I went planting in the dark at 10 o'clock. You ready for this?
Morning. Yeah, I'm ready.
He's nervous.
No, not a day in my life have I ever been.
You missed your front wheel assist?
I don't know. It's nimble. It really can get in the corner quick and get back out where that big
9R is clumsy. It's clumsy.
It is very.
But it's also very light. So from what I noticed, when you get to 10 miles an hour, it's like you're skiing down the field. It's like just so light. It's different feeling when you're used to being planted on tracks.
So did you bring any wrenches along so we can adjust the marker? Oh, yeah, the marker.
We got her too sharp. She's digging pretty good. So when it showed up to our farm, it has planted 500 or 600 acres, and the markers had never been unfolded. Dougo took the paint off of them for the first time.
And I have markers.
You're kind of really in the mud.
We're in the rhubarb.
It's pushing mud.
No, where's front wheel assist? There we go. It is not.
Yes.
Oh, the window. Look at how muddy the window.
Yeah, sorry, Kibble. He put it in the rhubarb.
It's the digger's fault. Digger should have never dug out that part, right?
I suppose. So this planter is a high-speed deer planter. It's, of course, the fully loaded model that they bring out so that we fall in love with the most expensive stuff. It's got exact rate, so it's like their sprayer with the pulsating nozzles. That has it on this planter. It's got weight distribution kit, hydraulic downforce, air up-down row cleaners, which are set too low. They should be raised up. We've got them raised up all the way, but they actually need to be unbolted and raised up a bit. That's just a setup thing.
I don't know why.
Which we don't have time to do right now.
So many new buttons to push and levers.
What else? It's got the air closing wheel, so you can adjust the closing system from the cab. Automatic unfold. So if you just go through the monitor, hold the hydraulic lever, it lowers the 3-point, it unfolds by itself. That's pretty cool, actually. Very, for the most part, user-friendly. What do you think? Didn't take you long to jump in and tear off?
I gotta go. I couldn't sleep all night last night. I was just fighting. You know, it's like when you buy the new car in high school, you gotta get up. You gotta get up to drive that thing. That was me today. Auto steer button engaged. Oh, my coffee.
So did I miss any other features on it? That's kind of the gist of it. I don't think there's an option missed on this thing. It's pretty fully loaded. We're no experts. Obviously, we've got 160 acres worth done with it. Other than the closing wheel system, it plants great. Good singulation.
Oh, these right-of-way signs. It's not good. Don't look here.
Are you supposed to be 6 feet away from the edge of the field?
Well, you know, you're supposed to stay away from the right-of-way signs, not farm into them like maybe sometimes happens, but that's just the way it is. It keeps down the trees. Trees grow in the road ditch. This way the county don't have to mow them.
Oh my goodness.
They should like that, right?
As far as the tractor, I'm very impressed with how well it handles this. So I think our 4-track takes a lot of power seats. Plus we put 1,000 gallons on the tractor, which is a lot of weight. You get it up to 10 miles an hour in softer conditions, it will use 100% load, but it handles it way better than I ever imagined it to.
Same, yeah, it's same as the old, the good old 8520. It handled it okay until we went high speed, and then you had to have more horsepower. But the mud issues, you will be glad you got the big RX if you're into the mud. So,
oh, you never get in the mud.
Never rains here, you know, right?
Yeah, I think this marker has a breakaway, Dougo.
Well, this is a 1775 NT, so yeah, they have breakaways, unlike the DB.
I think the DBs do too. Well, but yeah, this one is different than our NT, where it's more like our DB, where you don't have a winglet.
You don't think they've made the parts interchangeable, do you?
I don't know. It's different, and I like it a lot more. It's less buttons that you have to push. I'm not gonna like this corner come harvest time. Way too sharp.
I stay on the farm. I don't know what you guys gotta go through. I just plant. Look at, they got a cage down there on the lake shore for you. Should we put you in there?
We should have brought our lawn chairs. We could have had coffee and a mellow yellow right on the lake shore. Coffee. Forgot my mellow yellow in the truck, Dougo.
I got one in the refrigerator right behind you.
You don't mind, do you?
Well, yeah, I would.
Oh, sandwich even.
Yeah, that's my big one for dinner.
Let's do this.
Yeah, holy moly. I should have had that massaging seat on the airplane when we were going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
That
so
felt nice.
This tractor is a 370, just like our 2-track, so it's virtually the same, but you've got next to no experience running those.
Wow, that feels awesome.
Oh, this is getting weird. Should I get out of here?
Oh man. So I'm sure we would be able to almost trade even up for this planter, don't you think? Ours should be worth big money. Right?
I never even asked.
I don't even want to know.
There he found the gears.
Definitely on a full send. Man, oh man, this is out of control.
So we're checking seed depth here. Just because this is different ground. We were in really heavy ground yesterday with it, and now we're in very actually mellow and somewhat rocky though. Actually really rocky.
That's where the good garden ground is, in the rocks. Okay, there you got it. What do you got? Give me the probe or the depth. Oh boy.
One might think, what are you doing? Look at that planter, it's all full of mud. That's what I'm thinking too. Going around the edge of the field in the morning when it's dewy is not a good thing. You've really got the new planter all dirty, Dougo.
Yeah, well, I don't know what to say to that. It's just, it'll clean up. Get the wind and the dust going, that'll polish that right off. I have never planted this deep in my life, so do you think this new planter has got different settings than our old one?
Something's different. Our handles are normally up more, but we're pretty, well, about 3.5. Is that what you want?
No, it ain't 3.5.
It is right here, but our seed depth is not at that. So we stopped here. It's probably an inaccurate reading.
So when we talk about the depth, I know I don't do it right because the book says you're supposed to count from the bottom up. I always count from the top down. I don't know, maybe it's because it's easier to see. But we are in 7 and 6.
Or we're in 3 and 4.
Right.
You know, that could really screw someone over.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd mention that. So
maybe you should go by the actual term, like how Deere talks slowed down yesterday's progress was Brody. I don't know, his daughter I think got him sick. Infant. I guess he's been up. He left the farm after puking multiple times, and then the other issue at like 5. And then I texted my cousin, his wife, and said, how is he doing? Is he coming today? And all she said was he's been on the couch puking all night long. So I'm gonna just assume it's a no-go for our other planter operator today, which I just can't imagine actually.
He rode with me yesterday too.
Oh good, let me out, I'm walking. All right, I gotta go get more fertilizer from town. I think I'm gonna offload what I have left on board on the 9RX. It's a nice looking unit, I will say. I like it. Dad even said when we were down in the low spot though, we'd never buy a front wheel assist to pull our planter. I don't know what we would do. 8RX, maybe? The 9RX is, you know, it's gonna be hard to get it stuck, but it's so clumsy, so big. Like driving this, you get in a corner and you just whip around and you're not articulated and it's not jerky, it's smooth. I mean, everything has a job and it works. I don't know. This is fun. I mean, this is a fun opportunity. I'm glad that Kibble brought it out for us to play with it on a couple hundred acres to just see the whole setup all around. Obviously, we planted with a front wheel assist again, but you kind of forget. You look at it, you drive it, it's riding nice. It's like, why did we ever go away from this? And then the first mud hole hits and it's like, that's why. Well, I came up here to fill seed and fertilizer, realized there was plenty on to do something, so I jumped in and we're going. I am working, this thing's got the auto turnaround, so it should turn on the headlands technically, and you don't want to take the time or understand how to do it. I'm a button pusher. I like to push buttons and I'm not scared to, so I'm trying to set up the auto turn system, so I think I got it. Now there's lots of things that you can tune to make it better, so we'll see how this goes. All right, I finished this field, 155. Dad did 115. I think we're both low on seed. Well, I'm not. I'm actually good. But he is. I've got to run back to the farm. I've got missing a bolt and a closing wheel. That hose is gonna get pinched. We gotta get out. Gotta get out. It's gonna get pinched. I got a closing wheel bolt missing. I noticed that three rounds from done, and I don't have anyone to get me one, so I just sent it. This is less than ideal. This got crushed at some point this season. This here gets down in there. We need either more zip ties or something better, this snaky devil. All right, that might work. All right, so turn automation. I forgot to show you that. I've been tuning on it this whole field, but I got it pretty close, or it's working pretty good. I'm hoping to get both planters in the same field. We're not sure. Margot, our AMS lady, is not sure if it's gonna work due to a precision monitor, but yet we're painting a screen. So it's gonna be, like she said, it's either gonna work or it's not, but you need to get in the field to test it. So as far as I know, I did a good job out there. I have never really ran this planter more than just a fill guy here and there. And I did the whole field myself. I'm so proud, and it was really fun. It's really fun. Dad and Brody get to have all the fun. But I do also realize how important my job is, because now both of us are needing a guy to get seed around to each other, and we don't got nobody. Brody, he called, he's sick. I called him this morning, he didn't answer. Now he just called, and I said, well, what's the deal? You coming or not? He said, I feel horrible, but I also feel way worse not working. So I'm halfway to the farm. So we'll see how long he can stick it out. He's got 180 of beans that he needs to plant, or I have to do it. But sounds like he's out. He's gonna try and tough it out. So can't imagine anything worse than having the flu and trying to run a planter, but he's a trooper. All right, we're back to the farm, both planters. I'm filling up. I gotta fix that bolt. Dad's filling up, and I think you'll see in the next video what we're gonna do. I'm hoping we're gonna get 2 of them in the same field. So make sure to subscribe, like this video, appreciate it. Thanks for supporting us, and catch you next time.